Well, hello, everybody. We are live on StreamYard. Create Your Own Story, as you know, formerly known as Coach's Corner. And Create Your Own Story is a place where like minded individuals gather who want to up level in any area of life, who want to excel, who want to create a new story, who want to maybe edit your story, who want to find your purpose. And that's why we do what we do. And I have been meeting so many interesting, wonderful people along my journey, having great guests on my show and they're becoming friends of mine and colleagues. And I'm excited to have with us a great guy that I think you're going to love to hear his story. He's passionate, he is empathic, he loves humanity, and he is a guy that's looking to make a difference. So we're going to jump into it. But first, as you know, if you want to invite people to be on this page, it's a private page, but you can invite your friends. We're going to be doing live webinars. I'm going to be hosting actual live events, networking events. I'm excited about being back out in public, and I got a couple of things lined up. So stay tuned on the page, Create Your Own Story, where you'll be able to download invitations to networking events, webinars, mindset training. And I want to introduce to you my friend, Brandon Jeter. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Teresa. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So wherever you are, folks who are watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Live with Teresa Marie. Brandon, where are you? I know where you are, but for our guests, tell us a little bit about where you are, where you're living, and what's it like.
Okay. So I live in the great state of Arizona. I'm in southern Arizona. I am actually about an hour 15 minutes from the Mexico border. Um, and it's a military community I lived in, and I am prior service Army, and so stayed in the area, and it is getting hot. Um, so anybody that's complaining about high 70s or 80s, I'm not hearing it. We are in the high 90s, and we're looking forward to triple digits this weekend. So we're in an area that's called considered high desert. So we're just over 4,500 feet above sea level. So we do have a little more trees. Um, we do have grass, but it's still the desert. And we're in the middle of what's called the San Pedro Valley. So we do have a little more greenery than other parts of the state, but I love it here.
Thank you. And thank you for serving. Thank you for serving our country, and we love you.
Thank you.
I support all of our military, and welcome to my show. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to everyone today. So, Brandon, so much to talk about. We talked a little earlier today, and we could go on for hours. You have an amazing story. You have such a huge heart, and your passion comes through in every word that you say. So I'm loving your energy, and it's just making me have more and more questions going on in my mind, because the more energy you're bringing, the more energy I'm taking on, and I'm just processing it, and I'm getting ready to jump out my chair. So so let's just talk a little bit about, tell us a little bit about Brandon. Who is Brandon? Where were you born?
Okay. So, born and raised in the state of South Carolina. So, this is completely night and day from from where I'm living now. But born and raised in a small town there, and small town, uh, small town down South America. And my city had one high school, and from there joined the military and served 6 years active duty. I did another 2.5 in the Army National Guard, and decided to settle here in Southern Arizona. And I'm married. I have 3 children, a boy and 2 girls, and they're enjoying summer camp right now, and so they're really excited about that. But I served in a nonprofit providing humanitarian aid and project support to 10 different countries in Africa, covering 20 different church groups, and helping them build facilities and infrastructure to better sustain themselves and generate economic capital, so they can become more self-sustaining. One of the biggest challenges that they deal with is really the cost of startup. When you're dealing with people who, and these are considered skilled laborers, who work all month and earn somewhere between 150 to 170 US dollars, and you know, being able to sustain a family on that. So we come alongside and we assist them with just kind of giving them that extra push, because really they've done all they could with the resources and the skills that they have, and we just come alongside and give them an extra boost to get them to go further. And so that's where my heart really is. Also, I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with John Maxwell team, and I started my own company, the BSI Group, which is the initials of my 3 children. And uh, so in that capacity, I do coaching, I do workshop facilitation um, in the areas of personal growth, and also with leadership development. So
Beautiful.
that's me and I've been married 17 years. Um, and actually a dear friend from high school. We went our separate paths. She went straight to college. I went straight to the Army, and came full circle, and been together ever since.
That's an awesome story. So because this show is all about creating your own story, um, I love to help people. As you know, I am a mental health and wellness facilitator. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and of course, you and I are both John Maxwell team certified coaches, which brings a wealth of resources. Brandon, I don't know about you, but I'm blessed to have the level of leadership and the level um, of high high level thinkers and
Yes,
trainers and leadership strategists in our midst every day, all day,
yes, yes,
any time of day. Um, there's not one thing that I can think of that they don't cover, and so we are very blessed to have those folks in our corner, on our side, and with us and for us. So what I have found is that there's a big question mark with people in their minds when we talk about personal and professional development. And before we go into that, tell me a little bit about how and why you found the John Maxwell team, and why decide to get certified. Excuse me, in there.
Well, I have always been a person who enjoyed helping people, just helping people figure things out. And I got to a point in my life where I was getting ready to turn 40, and I was just a reality check really just happened, and I said I thought I would be further along by the time I reached 40 than this. Um, and this was a few years ago, and I just it actually it was a sad moment at the time, and I just sat and kind of thought through. It's like, what is going on? What is there some lesson I didn't learn? Is there something I neglected? And I sat with some friends and just discussed my inner conversation with them. And the conclusions that I came to was, um, until you change, nothing changes. And so I took ownership of it, and said that, okay, I I am the source of the problem, so I have to fix it. Also, as it's like, I have bookshelves on top of bookshelves on top of bookshelves, and I was like, I began to think about how many books I never finished. So was my answer at the end of one of those books? Was it in the middle of the book? Um, so I said, I'm going to commit to reading 4 books a month. And so that was going to be 1 book a week. And so I was going to have to just cut some time away from TV and social media and just get into these books and look for the answers from me. And I also made a 3-year plan. And my plan was to go to a personal development seminar. Um, we really don't get a lot of those here, at least not some of the bigger names. So I was gonna give myself time to save up some money, fly to a location, hotel, the whole 9 yards with that. Um, and my goal was to go to 2 within 3 years. And um, and what I found was once I committed to that, things took off immediately. So um, this is like December of 2017 when I came to this conclusion. Talked to 2 of my friends about it, and I was like, I want to serve more people, and I don't know how. And so I thought that doing those things would help me uh, at least be equipped to serve more people. And so once I made that commitment, I started uh, reading books by John Maxwell, which I already owned them. I just never finished them. Um, so,
Me too. All of
so,
us.
and then I found one of the problems too was he had written over 100 books. So no wonder I can't finish all of his books. I kept buying them when I saw them. I was like, you know what? I'm not buying another book. I'm reading the books already on my shelf. So I started doing that. Um, I started seeking content on YouTube, and I got familiar with names like Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale, Bob
Yeah.
Proctor, and so start consuming their content. And while I was getting ready to watch Bob Proctor, this gentleman came on by the name of Brendan Burchard, and he was advertising this book. It was for free, and I was like, hey, a free book? Okay, I'll make an exception for that. Just had to pay shipping and handling, and once I purchased the book, there were these other questions and, hey, get on our mailing list and we have videos. And then it was probably 2 months later, um, I found out that he was hosting a high performance academy here in Phoenix, which is about 2.5 hours for me. And so I was like, wow, I don't even have to get plane tickets. And just hotel, food, and the event. And so some things worked out wonderfully. I had a friend who still has a travel business, but they were able to get me great rates. I was like 1 block away from the event hotel, and I met a gentleman there who was part of the John Maxwell team, and he told me about the coaching program that that John Maxwell had, and I was like, I've been following John Maxwell for years, and I never knew this program existed. And he gave me some contact information. I got connected with a program advisor, and next thing you know, I'm on the path to becoming a certified coach. Got certified in August of 2019 in Orlando, and I was actually able to start coaching before I even finished certification. I was able to connect with some people and tell them what I was doing, and they were already people who knew me, who liked me, who trusted me, because I helped them with other things. But I transitioned from becoming a mentor or being a mentor to becoming a coach, because it's such a dynamic. Coaches help you reach inside yourself to find your own answers compared to a mentor who, for the most part, just shows you the way or shows you a way. And so here I am now. I'm doing group coaching. I'm also doing workshop facilitations here with our local chamber, and doors are just really open. I have a monthly engagement with the Chamber of Commerce each month, and so um, fortunately, we're going to be able to go live this month, and because I really I'm a people person, so I'm really looking forward to actually physically meeting people and physically working with people.
Fabulous. So you touched on so many different things, and all of those names that you mentioned, I too have tapped into. And as a psychotherapist and a mental health and wellness facilitator, all I knew for such a long time was mental health, because of my own journey and how I found that my mental health and wellness was suffering because my mindset was so negative. I had downloaded, my mental DNA had downloaded so much negativity based on my my childhood and my formative years. And so I began delving into my education and research into why some people were able to successfully come through trials and tragedies, and while others weren't. And I was in the team of, I'm not getting past a certain level. What is wrong with me? And I wanted to find that out. And so what I found was, when I began to invest in my personal and professional development, wow, when I started to invest in high level thinkers. I mean, years ago we used to call coaches and and thought leaders. We used to call them deep thinkers. So
Right.
I was always drawn to deep thinkers and deep thoughts. You know, I found comfort in digging deep, but now those deep thinkers, we call them thought leaders.
Mhm.
And boy, I was surrounding myself with some high level thinkers. And that's what changed not only my personal life, it changed my professional life, and it has allowed me to change the lives of those that I have been counseling for so long and those that I'm now coaching. And you're right, Brandon. Coaching is a very different form of help. Therapy is in its own right focusing on mental health, mental illness, the mind, psychology. Coaching, you pinpointed it. It's helping you reach your goals. It's your goals.
Mhm.
We coaches help people identify their goals, assess where they're going, and I love the fact that in coaching you can help people to reach the destination of their choice. And so that's what I believe personal and professional development has done for me. And I've seen it change so many people's lives. Here's the thing: you made a commitment, you said, and I love that. Do you? I don't know about you. Do you? Because I too have books on my shelf I started, never finished.
Mhm.
And, I, all of us go through that. When I was chewing up stuff, anything I could get my hands on YouTube, people sending me videos and audios, and people sending me books, and I'm buying books, and I'm jumping in on this webinar, and then I'm going to that seminar. And do you find that people have trouble committing?
Yes, absolutely. Um, the day and age that we live in, there's so much information out there, and um, you know, have this term called shiny object syndrome, and we jump after the latest and greatest, the newest, um, and marketing is at an all-time high now because of social media and the internet. Um, Everyone can market any and everything, you know. But what I found was I had a lot of information. I didn't have a lot of application, and so I knew more than what I was doing, and that's where when I realized that was the disconnect was, it's not that you don't necessarily know what to do. It's just you become mesmerized, so to speak, with getting more information. Uh, I need a little more information, and then I'll do something. But we really have to kind of go back to a elementary school process. First you learn the ABCs, Then you learn, you learn the song. Then you learn to identify them. Then you learn to write them. And so it's that progressive uh, work that really makes the changes. You don't have to read 55 books on nutrition to start eating right. Just read one book, read one article, and start there.
Yeah.
And maybe after 4 weeks or so, you start seeing some changes, but there's more change. Or you read a little more. You start doing a little more. And it's the habit of creating a new habit to do the work. I started with, just reading. Uh, again, I started with reading a book a week because I was like, I need to get the information. I need to get the information. And then I came to the point I realized I still read quite a bit, but um, okay, instead of going on to this next book, why don't I do everything I saw in chapter 2? Let's see what happens. And and then learning to measure my progress. Because if you don't measure progress, it's really hard to determine where you're going. So um, so once I became intentional about that, that's when things really began to change. And um, and once I saw that, and once I was able to look back and see results, you know, I didn't arrive. And honestly, I don't know if we ever arrive. I think we arrive when we take our last breath. But when it comes to a goal, you arrive. But when it comes to growth, that's a lifelong process. If you're going to reach $1 million, that's a goal. But growing is lifelong.
Yep, yep. And you know what? I love the word you use, results, because so many people often tell me, well, how do I know that professional development's going to work? And how do I know that personal growth? And how do I know that coaching helps? I'm telling you, I'm an example. I'm a living proof example. I got results. My life changed when I invested in personal and professional development. My life changed.
Right.
Um, Everything changed in my life because my mindset changed.
Yes.
I started to look at things differently. And when you start to look at things different, the things that you see look different, because
Absolutely.
we we have to understand that, like you said, it's a process. And I think that now more than ever, with what we've been through as a world, as a country, as an individual, we got to do things different. There's no other choice. Everything we do now is different. Business is
Yes.
different. Life is different. Education is different. The way we see things have changed. So, with that said, I got a couple more questions. What would you say to somebody who says, I can't afford personal and professional development? Um, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I can't find a good coach. What would you say to someone?
Well, I would say to a person in that particular uh, mindset that um, those are very well disguised excuses. And um, the truth of the matter is, what we're passionate about, we find the time, we find the money, um, we
Sure.
find resources to do. And so some people are more vacation oriented. Hey, they have money to go to Las Vegas, they have money to take a cruise. But after the cruise, after the trip to Vegas, you're still going to be in that same mindset. And so we, we we have a tendency, we want to take a vacation from our problems, but it's kind of like your address. When you go on vacation, it's not home. You always have to come back home. And so
Okay.
um, I would start with books. I have found in some cases that group coaching can be more cost effective, but start somewhere. I started with books. I started with with some YouTube videos, but I realized that for me, I needed more accountability. What I found with books and with YouTube was, um, if I had questions, the book couldn't answer the question.
Yeah.
YouTube couldn't answer my questions. But by having a coach, having some mentors in my life, they were able to just talk to me and find out what was I really thinking, and how did I come to that conclusion, and then um, present new thought to me, something new to consider. And that's what's really really changed my life. Is it an investment? Absolutely. Um, does it cost? And that's the thing. Most people haven't budgeted for personal growth. They set aside money for their vacation. They set aside money for, the state of the art TV, the state of the art, uh, even refrigerators. Now you have refrigerators you can look at while you're in Walmart and see what's in your refrigerator. But we invest in those things that won't matter 10 years from now. But if if you are really if you've really gotten to the point where you're not satisfied with your life's outcomes, the results you produced, then you're gonna have to make a decision. I'm going to invest in me, because you are your greatest investment. Um, the way you invest in yourself impacts your family. It affects your coworkers. It affects, if you're a business owner, the way you invest in yourself affects how how your business operates. If you're, let's just say you're an athlete, you know, your investment in yourself affects your team. And so if you want better outcome, allow someone to come alongside you and help open up your mind to more possibilities, help call you out on some of the limiting beliefs that you think are natural, some of the excuses that you have grown accustomed to, and really make the shift that you really desire and really deserve.
Good. So, oh my gosh, well, the time goes so fast. I have so many more questions. This is amazing. You're speaking my language. Two more questions. Three maybe. So, what's your typical client? What kind of client should be looking for you?
Well, my typical clients are career professionals who are looking to advance in leadership, and um, they've realized that just having the degree, just having the certification, is not preparing them for leadership, and they realize there's a need for a different mindset, and a different actions in order to become a leader or become a better leader. And also, I work with people in regards to personal growth, because there's things they want to accomplish in their life, and they realize, okay, I need some new habits, I need some new thinking, and I need someone to help me with that. And those are the people I tend to serve.
Awesome. Love that. I love that word serve, because that really is what this is all about. We provide a service. We
Yes.
add value to so many lives, so many organizations, so many companies, but we serve. And I love that. That's what I love about being a John Maxwell team certified coach.
Hmm.
We serve, and that's how we were trained, to be servants and serve and add value. I love that. That's the reason I chose that certification. So that's good. So everybody, we're going to have Brandon's information up here for how can people get a hold of you, Brandon? What's the
Okay.
best way?
Um, you can go to my website, dot and it's the number one, degreedifference.com.
Okay,
And there's all my contact information, and that's how I connect with people who are ready to be served and go to the next level.
perfect. So get me that. When we end, just hang on, and I'll get that information.
Okay.
But so because of the show, the nature of the show is create your own story, because we're all not arrived. You said that we're still arriving. Um, But in order to arrive, you have to depart. And I love that, because whenever you want to go on a vacation, like you said, you want to arrive at your destination. You got to depart from somewhere to get to somewhere. So, who do you want to be? What's your story? What do you
I
create?
I really want to be a philanthropist. I want to be able to just see people who have done all they can, um, and then come alongside them and just give them that extra boost and help them become um, who they have been created to be. Um, there's just so many people who they're doing their best. They're doing all they know to do, but the financial part is the challenge. And when you can just be a part of that, there's been people who have supported me with different actions, to include my wife. There's investing in coaching was more than I expected. But really, she was my philanthropist, as in she gave me the okay to invest this. I believe in you. I believe in what you want to do. You already do it, so get certified. Get uh, more training on how to do it better. And so I want to be able to help kids go to college. They've done the work. They just don't have the resources, and can be a support to help other people live out their dreams.
So there you have it, folks. Philanthropist Brandon Jeter live with us on Create Your Own Story. And my friend, this has been so incredible. I just love your passion, love your heart, your servant's heart attitude. So, folks, if you want to get a hold of Brandon, we're going to put that up here. And if you want to help Brandon to help people, would you come back again, maybe?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would love to.
Good, because we didn't touch on I wanted to touch on a few other things that we had talked about earlier. But will you come back for a part two?
Absolutely, it would be my pleasure.
Thank you. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us live with philanthropist to be Brandon Jeter. And this is Teresa Augustinelli, your coach, your counselor, your mentor, and your friend, saying thanks for joining us. See you next time. We have a great guest coming on next week. Live life, love life, and be blessed, everybody. Bye now. Thank you, my friend. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.